Today's agenda in my backyard was to clean out the chicken coop, and I put all the poop out the coop into my new compost bin that I made. So that's what my plan is for today. Just watch along. Okay, the coop's cleaned out, and I'll show you right here how much is in my new compost bin. And so that's my goal for today, was to clean the coop and get the compost pile filled. And you know, if you're doing a little garden in your backyard, you definitely need to find a way or a place to have a compost pile. Number one, compost pile. You need to think about that. Like when you cut the grass, you know, when you cut your grass, you ought to bag it. Or if you don't have a bagger, rake it up and throw that in your compost pile. I put a bagger on my mower when I cut, and I throw all that in my compost pile. And that's all good, rich stuff that you need. And any plants that you pull up, you can throw that in there too. With my compost pile, there's the chicken manure and grass clippings. That's, you know, every year I get a load of wood chips from the energy company, electric company, because you know they always trimming trees. We got a lot of hurricanes down here, so they always trimming trees, and they always looking to get rid of the wood chips. And so every year I get a load. And so what I do, I usually I'll put it in my gardens, but I make a big pile back here, and this is all what's left here. But what I do is, after I clean out the coop, I take this and I put it in there, because you see this has been sitting for a couple of months, and so it's dark in there. When you dig in it, there's bugs, roaches, worms, all kind of little bugs. And so I scoop all that up and I throw that in my coop, and they just go to town on it. They love it. It's a good treat for them. They love it. They eat the bugs. They have something fresh to scratch. And so I put like 3 buckets in there, and for the next couple of days I'll throw another bucket or 2 in there, and for them to have some fresh bugs, something fresh to scratch on. Amen. We in the fall here, but I still got a lot of things going on here. And let me show you. Let me just kind of show you what's going on. This was a box spring to a queen mattress. They had a lady in our church. Her husband had died and everything. When she was getting a new mattress, and she asked me if I come take the old one out and put her new one in for her. Well, when we was taking out the old one, I said, "What you want to do with it?" She said, "Just put it out for the street." When I saw this, I'm like, because the bottom of it's flat. That was the side that the mattress was on. And I'm looking at this. I said, "This is a perfect. It's only, you know, maybe 7 inches deep, but it's perfect for to grow plants in." Now, I had a strawberry patch going here, very successful. I was up to 52 plants, because, you know, they reproduce. I was up to 52 plants in here. I had strawberries like crazy, and I decided to let my chickens run loose, kind of free range them for a little while, let them eat on stuff. And I came out one day, and they had totally ate every strawberry plant that I had here. It was a drag. So I'm going to get a strawberry patch going again. Mine was 4 years old. It was going really good, real strong. This was actually going to be the year we probably were going to just really max out on getting strawberries. And but anyway, so I put broccoli in here. I started some tomato plants back there, which I'm gonna have to. They're too close together. I'm gonna have to pull some out and separate them. But I have some tomato plants right here. See how nice they are. No tomatoes yet. Planted these probably a month ago. They got flowers on them. I'll be getting some tomatoes soon. Cucumbers. See, usually I'm a little ahead of the game. I kind of slacked off this year. I'm sorry I did, but you'll see some videos of what my yard looked like. It was a wreck, and I've been just constantly coming back here and rearranging and remodeling my backyard. This is peppers. This is cayennes. See the cayennes. This is the banana peppers. And this is jalapeno peppers. Alright, something's eating my broccoli leaves. I'm going to have to do a little research and see what I can do about that. Something's tearing them up bad. This is going to be a little herb garden, and I used to have one here, but it was made with fence boards. It was one of my first original raised beds. See how my beds are off the ground? Totally, because my backyard, most of it, see, is concrete. Because I used to have a business back here where we drove forklifts, so I needed concrete. This concrete's 8 inches thick back here, and it used to hold granite slabs because we did granite countertops. This is my bell peppers, and hey, I mean, I'm still getting buku bell peppers. So, got some grass growing under there. I just kind of covered it so that it could start dying. I got this bed done. You can see it's got wood chips in it, and it's done. And I have another one back there I made, and I got a pile of. Now this is some mud that's going to go in these beds, plus probably go back into the compost pile, because that's where it came from. I had a big bed over here, and I've been having it here for a while. And I just made a big compost pile with it because nothing grows really good there because of the fact, like in the summertime, when the sun starts coming out, my house starts to shade it too soon. And so it doesn't get like a whole day of sun right there. So things don't grow really good there. It's from the second half of my yard back. So that's why I did my compost pile over here. I moved it. I had it in a different place. There's my fig tree. And I'll show you over here. I have, now this is some of the wood that I had from pulling up everything, remodeling back here. There's a mandarin tree, a peach tree, a lemon tree, out my fence here. And this is the area in between my driveway and my fence, and that, my friend, is blackberries. Blackberry bushes. So come March and April, I'll be having tons of blackberries. And when I say tons, I mean tons. We get a lot of blackberries, a lot of blackberries. So anyway, I got some remodeling going on. I'm gonna get my aquaponics set back up. I'm gonna do the meat chickens and quail. I'm going to show you all that. I do have honey going. I got my bees. I'm going to leave them alone right now. They're really busy storing up their honey for the fall and the winter, or basically for the winter. And I'll give you a little shot of it real quick. There it is there. It's a top bar beehive. It's got the angle on it, and I'm going to be redoing that. I'm going to make one like, I forgot the guy's name. He makes them square where the Langstroth frames fit in it. And I don't know if you can see them in the film, the bees flying in and out. They're flying all around me right now. I hear them buzzing around me. They don't usually bother me. I do have a Langstroth back there. There's nothing in it. It's empty. But that's my beehive. Okay, guys. I'm glad you was able to spend the morning with me for a little while. Cleaned out my coop. Got my new compost pile started. And that's just the beginning of many things we're going to do together here. And So if you got any comments about anything you've seen here, you want to ask me anything, comment below. But I do a lot. I've been on Facebook a while. We do a lot of live Facebook with my ministry that I'm involved in. We do online schools, and I just, this is another passion I have. Even though the Word of God is a passion I have, this is another passion I have, growing food. And not just growing it, but teaching people how to grow food in a small area. Like if you live in a city, you can grow some food. You can grow quite a bit, more than you probably even can think or imagine. There's a lot you can do. I'm very limited here because I have all this concrete, but I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm thinking of ways to do things and how to get the most out of my property back here. So I have area in the back that I'm going to probably get set up for my meat chickens, and I'll show you a couple other things real quick. This thing right here is a horse trough. And this horse trough it was set up against this wall over here. And it used to collect the rainwater off that roof right there. I mean, it would stay full all the time. I just recently emptied it, and I built this here, and I'm going to put me some more of these. Now, this is my water for my chickens. They drink water off of the nipples, and so they have clean water all the time. Clean water. Very important that your chickens have clean water. And that's my little setup there. That's just to let air in. I don't know if I needed it or not. I just put it on. You can see the 3 nipples there. There's actually 4 nipples there and one on the other side. That garbage can, and that garbage can is a feeder. I can fill that up with about 150 pounds of food, and I can go between that and the water. I can go away for 3 weeks, and they're taken care of. I just have my daughter come collect the eggs, because if the eggs get too piled up and they happen to break one and they start eating it, they start eating all of them. I had that happen already, and I broke them of it. They say you can't do it, but I did it. But anyway, and this was a old greenhouse I had, which I'm tearing this out. I'm gonna the roof caved in. It's old, but I'm gonna set my aquaponics up in here. Years ago I had it here. I'm gonna set it back up, and this horse trough is what I'm gonna use for the tank. Okay, I used to have this tote back here. See that? That used to be my aquaponics setup right there. I might even still use it. I'm not going to let that go to waste. I usually don't let much go to waste. I'm going to tell you that much. And so I'm going to roof this thing, and I'm going to set this up for aquaponics again. Right out here on this wall, I'm going to build a cage here that's going to house the quail. And in the back behind, when I move all of this, cut all that away back here, clean all this out. I'm going to make a big coop back here, or a cage, or whatever you want to call it, for the meat chickens. Okay, so I got a lot of plans. And I want to take you along with me. I want to show you how I'm doing this. I'm going to show you something else for some of you people in the city that you might not quite know where you could put a coop. When I first moved in my house, this is my garage. It was a garage, and I closed this in between the garage and the fence. See, I ran a board along the fence, and I ran a couple of boards, and I tucked the metal up underneath this overhang and let it overhang over the fence, so no water would come in here. And this was my first chicken coop, you guys. And I built nesting boxes that went on this wall. Along this bottom, you can still see some of those pegs there, but I had a gutter running along the bottom that we would come out here on the outside and fill it up with from with the hose, and they had a whole gutter here, a 10-foot section of gutter. They would have with water, and I had a door in here and all, but I'm looking to clean this up. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm not going to be using it. If I use it for anything, I'm going to clean it up and use it for storage. So I got a lot to do. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a while. It's going to take a little while for me to do it. But I want to take you along with me. I want to show you what I'm doing. Some of you guys maybe that are familiar with it can help me out, and then some of you who are not familiar at all might learn a lot. And so I'm interested in learning, and I'm interested in teaching, because there's nothing more fulfilling than coming out in your backyard, getting some eggs, picking some fruit, picking some vegetables, and going inside and preparing your meal. And it's going to be even better when I can come out here and with the quail. I have some quail meat, chicken meat, and I'll have my fish with my aquaponics. And so last time I had catfish. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably still do catfish, but I'm going to try to do some other type of fish. I got a different idea I'm going to do with my aquaponics this time than I did last time, and I was successful with it last time. And it's going to be mainly, the only thing I'm going to grow in the aquaponics is going to be lettuce. I'm just going to keep it to lettuce. I found that was the best lettuce and the fastest growing lettuce we've ever had. And it's been years. I don't know why I never set it back up. But we had a hurricane come through here in 2011. And it pretty much destroyed, well, it killed everything. We had out of power for a couple of weeks down here, and I didn't have it set up on any type of generator or solar, which this time I'm gonna operate it off of solar. And so you'll be with me on that to learn about that, because I don't really know much about solar, and I'm going to be researching things myself, and I'm going to attempt and do things myself. And don't never be afraid to try stuff. Don't never be afraid to try stuff. Always try stuff, okay? Because failures are not a failure. Failures are a step towards success, and that's how you need to see it. So every time you feel like you failed, you're just making a step towards success. Now you know I don't do that anymore. Or if I got to do that, oh, this is how I did it wrong. Let me kind of tweak it and redo it. You know what I mean? And so anyway, that's where I'm at, you guys. Follow along with me. I'm going to be putting more videos up. And you can call me the Backyard Homesteader. My name's Kerry, and my wife is Mindy. She's not here with me today. She's she's about 20 minutes away in another town. She's cleaning a house. Till the next video, you guys be blessed.